Good morning, guys, and welcome to Maid Highlight Series. In the topic of discussion, we will continue to discuss episode 1, the Dollar Tree series, and the topic is coercive abuse. Now, last night I spoke about the first 4 tactics, and this is part 2, the second tactics. So it's jealous accusations, regulate sex relationships, threats, and no freedom. Now, when we discuss jealous accusations, it's pretty simple, but it's annoying, and it's a good tactic to wear you down to a point where you feel like you can't do anything. So it's a very tricky, smart, but diabolical way to control you. So what is jealous accusations? This is when the abuser will constantly complain about how much time you're spending with family and friends. Another accusation is he's constantly accusing you of talking to guys behind his back. Like if you have a coworker, all of a sudden that coworker is your new boyfriend. You guys are having dinner. If you are chatting with a male friend online that you've known for over 20 or 30 years, now all of a sudden you guys are having some type of affair. So any male interaction that you have outside of him is going to drive him crazy and bonkers, and he's going to accuse you of sleeping with that male friend who you're not even attracted to. You just have a platonic friendship with, okay? The second accusation is family and friends. He will complain and complain and complain to a point where it will wear you down and you don't want to even be bothered to even call your mom or dad to check up on them or talk to girlfriends, okay? So again, these are jealous accusations. And what he'll do in a situation like that, so for example, if you're on the phone with your parents and you're talking and he sees you laughing, he'll interject and say, hey, we said we were going to watch this Netflix movie, or we said that we were going to go out to dinner and you're wasting time. You need to get off the phone with them. Another tactic will be if you're in a serious, deep conversation, he'll cut in the conversation and put himself in, or he'll try to change the subject and make it about him. So again, these are just jealousy accusations or tactics to get you away from family and friends. I hope that makes sense, okay? And the whole goal of the jealous accusations is to cut you off from your support system, which is family and friends. They're jealous. They just want the focus to be on them and nobody else, all right? The second one is regulate sex relationship. And what do I mean about that? This one is very disheartening. So the abuser dictates or control how many times you have sex during the week. Not only how many times you have sex during the week, but the way you should do it. So for example, and I'm going to say this very clearly, if the victim is not comfortable in these sexual positions, if you get no pleasure out of it, and it's just him, you're doing things that is not your character, it is control, and he is regulating and dictating the sexual relationship. I will say this again. Regulating the sex relationship is when the abuser makes you do things out of your norm, makes you do things that you are not comfortable with. He's getting all the pleasure, you're not getting anything. At the end of the day, you're a freaking doormat, and he just does whatever he wants to with you, and he finishes his business and walk away. So again, he is dictating how many times during the week you should have sex. Also, the sexual act that you perform. So for example, your partner may ask you strange things like, okay, you're having sex, I want you to play dead. Another example would be, I want you to dress up like a little boy. Hey, why don't you shave your hair or cut your hair real short? Why don't you wear these boxers and t-shirts? Another example will be, he's constantly making you have anal sex and you don't like anal sex at all. Or he's constantly making you perform oral sex on him violently, aggressively, to a point where it's leaving marks on your mouth and you're not comfortable with it. You complain, but he's telling you, oh, you're weak and you're no good in bed, and I'll get somebody else. So he'll play mind games with you just to get what he wants. Again, the key is you are not comfortable, you are afraid, you get no pleasure out of this. It's all about you and what he wants. So he is controlling how you get pleasure out of this sexual relationship. That's what it means to regulate sex relationships. Number 7 is threats. Threats is very, very serious, but they have a cool way of doing it to a point where it really doesn't seem like it's abuse, but it is. So if physical, emotional, or financial threats doesn't phase you or affect you in a way where it causes you any type of drama, when I mean like causing you to cry, wanting to escape, or getting help, what he'll do is he'll start threatening friends and family. So for example, what they want to do is control what you care about the most. So they'll threaten to hurt the kids. Oh, if you leave, I'll call DCP&P on you, and I'll report that you're a bad mom, and they'll put them in the system, and neither one of us will have it. If you love your dog or your cat, oh, I'll kill the dog. I'll kick him down the street, or I'll break his neck. So they're making threats to things that you care about the most, okay? Or they'll threaten to kidnap the kids and the pets, and you'll never see them again. So this is what they mean by threats, okay? So they are, since it doesn't affect you anymore and you're immune to it and you know how to handle it, they go after what you love. Or they'll threaten to hurt mom and dad. I'll go to your mom's and dad's house and I'll shoot them in the head. Or I'll go to your sister's or your brother's house and I'll beat them up. So again, it's all about making the threats to control and to hurt you and to keep you in that environment. Last one, guys, is no freedom. So the abuser will create a way where you don't work, where you can't go to school. So it's to a point where you can't have no independence whatsoever. They will keep you in the house and locked in the house. So for example, he's working all the time. He's the breadwinner. He's the one that's bringing in all the money. I'll give you an example. So if you want to go somewhere, if you want to go food shopping, whatever, he'll make it to a point, well, I'll take you. Now, mind you, you can drive, you got your license, you've been driving all this time, now you have no access to a car. Let's say if you want to call an Uber or a Lyft. No, you don't need that, that's a waste of money, I'll take you. So again, he's your everything. He's your transportation, he's your ATM card. There's no freedom whatsoever. You can't function without him. If you need $5, you can't go to the ATM, you got to go to him because you don't have access to the ATM card or the code. If you want to go somewhere, again, you can't call friends and family, you have to call on him. So that's what it means by no freedom. He restricts you and strips you of your independence. I'll say it again. He restricts you and strips you of your independence. Examples are restricting your transportation. You can't go anywhere. You can't talk to friends or family on the phone. You can't do a virtual Zoom session without him becoming all irate and controlling and trying to make excuses and wanting to cut off all communication during that time. Another tactic with no freedom is he'll stalk you. So you're going out with your girlfriends, maybe to Starbucks to have a freaking coffee because you want a break. You want out of that house. You want out of prison. What he will do is follow you there, look around the street, around the corner, and peep in on you to see if you're talking to somebody because he doesn't trust you. What he wants to do is follow your every move and see what you are doing. Ladies, that is stalking. He doesn't care. It is control, it's stalking, it's creepy, and it's not healthy at all. Or what he'll do is he'll take your phone and he'll change the password. That's no freedom, okay? That was part 2. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. This is Defeating Domestic Violence with Movement, and we will continue part 3 tomorrow night, which should be the last session. Again, I want to thank all of you for just coming in and listening. I also have an online course at the end of these 2 weeks. If you are interested in this online course, please email me at awilliam4000@gmail.com. Every Friday, I will do a healing movement therapy session with you for domestic violence survivors and also domestic violence thrivers. Again, just to get that peace of mind, a reminder of wholeness, and to reach back and tap into that independence of what you once was. Guys, thank you so much. Have a blessed day, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.